Hi, this is Mr. West, and today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on least common multiple. Let's go ahead and get started. The first one is asking us to find the least common multiple of 3 and 10. So let's first talk about the process. So step 1, we're going to list the multiples of each number. And then step 2 is we're going to find the smallest shared multiple. A common mistake that students make, no pun intended, is that people think common just means, oh, you see a lot of it. Really what it's talking about in math is that it's shared between two sets of numbers or multiple sets of numbers. And when we're talking about the least, we're talking about the smallest something. Okay, so that's why I wrote smallest shared multiple. So let's go ahead and start with listing the multiples for 3 and then 10. Now, I'm going to kind of start with kind of doing it not in an efficient way, and then I'm going to show you how to do it in a more efficient way on the next problem. So first I'm going to list some multiples of 3. So I'm going to go to skip count here. So sometimes when you're thinking of multiple, think skip counting if you're familiar with that from elementary school. That's generally how multiples are introduced. But if not, you can think of it as multiplying 3 by each number. So we have 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, and so forth. So I'm just going to keep it going, okay, for a little bit. Go to 21, then 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, and I'm going to stop right there for now. Now, I could keep going. Obviously, since this is multiples, we could keep going on infinitely, but we probably don't need to do that, and I'm going to show you why in just a moment. So first I'm going to erase this. I'm going to change the color. Let's make it green. So I'm going to have the multiples of 10 now. So 10, these ones are a little bit easier. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Again, I could keep going, but I could keep going on forever. So how do you know when to stop? That's what we're going to talk about next. So step 1, I've listed the multiples. Check. Step 2, I need to find the smallest shared multiple. So I'm looking here for ones that they share the same ones. I'm looking for the numbers that are the same in both number sets. And the only one I see here is 30. So really any number ending in 0 because it's 10, multiples of 10. So 30 is my answer. Now, as you can see here, this is why I wanted to do it. I wasted a lot of time writing out multiples that I didn't need. All the ones I just highlighted in yellow, I didn't need to write. Okay, those were extra ones that I just kind of unnecessarily wrote just because I was listing multiples. So what you're going to do here is you want to be a little strategic about how you list multiples so you don't have to list out so many. So let's go ahead and hide this, type in 30, and then let's move on. Okay, next question. So 2 and 12. All right. So one thing, okay, we just talked about is we're going to list the multiples. So let's do 2 and 12. Okay, so for 12, we'll go 12. Now, I'm going to stop right there. I just said I would do it in a more efficient way, so let's think about this before we just start listing multiples. One thing you could do, in the previous problem, you notice it was 3 and 10. You can always find multiples by multiplying the two numbers together, right? Because multiples, we multiply, so it will always be a multiple if we multiply them together. Now, whether or not that's the least common multiple, that is another question. So for this problem, least common multiple, I can multiply 12 times 2, and that would give me 24. So that is a multiple, okay? That's a guaranteed multiple. However, it might not be the lowest common multiple or the least common multiple. So I need to think here. 12 is a multiple of 12, 12 times 1. Can I multiply 2 by something to get to my lowest multiple of 12? And the answer is yes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You can see that 12 is my least common multiple. So instead of writing out a bunch of multiples for 12, 12, 24, 36, so forth, you kind of want to just go one at a time here, usually using the bigger number as a reference, and see if the other number can multiply to get into that first number that you had. So 12 is my least common multiple. And you can always get a multiple by multiplying them together, but it doesn't mean that it's the lowest common multiple. This is another good example of why that is. We could multiply 8 times 10, and that's 80, but there might be something smaller. So let's be strategic. So here's 8, here's 10. So if I'm looking at the multiples of 10, 10, 20, and now as I'm listing them, what I'm thinking in my brain is, can I multiply 8 by anything to get these numbers? Okay, so before I list out the 8s, I'm starting with the larger number. I'm thinking to myself, can I multiply 8 by anything to get these numbers? So far, no. So there's nothing I can multiply by 8 to get 10 or 20. 30, no. 40, yes. So 8 times 5 equals 40. So I'm going to stop there. Now, let's say you can't do that process in your head. Here's another strategy you can use, okay? So another strategy you can use is just listing them out one at a time. So I could go 10 and then 8, then 20, 16, like this. And this is a good way to do it too, because you're going to see, you're going to write far less numbers than if you just list them out kind of all at once. So I'm going to waste one number here, but you'll see that I got to 40 and I only wasted one. I wasted that 50 essentially. Okay, but if you take turns writing them, that is another strategy you can use as well. All right, so 40 is our answer. Okay, last one. What is the least common multiple of 3 and 9? Okay, I just talked about this with the 12 and 2 example. Can I multiply 3 by something to get to that? If so, then this number is my least common multiple. And the answer is yes. 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay, so you want to check, is 9 a multiple of my smaller number? And if it is, then that bigger number is your multiple. And just to show you visually, in case you like, I don't get it, okay, this is what it looks like. You can see that 9 is present for both those. So it's always good to check that number first. Okay, and there we have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.